Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation on public goods and externalities. We'll be exploring why markets often fall short when it comes to providing shared benefits, and why the costs that spill over to others tend to be overlooked. This is a crucial topic for understanding many challenges in economics and policy, especially in how we manage resources and public services in our communities. I'm excited to dive into this with you. When we talk about market failure, we're referring to situations where markets don't allocate resources efficiently. This happens because the prices we see in the market don't fully capture the true social costs or benefits. For example, public goods and externalities can cause these distortions, leading to less than ideal outcomes. The social impact of this is significant. Because markets fail to account for these factors, we end up with underproduction of goods that benefit society and overproduction of activities that can be harmful. This imbalance ultimately affects overall societal welfare, making it crucial to understand why these ideas matter. Here we have a table that breaks down different types of goods based on two key characteristics, whether they are excludable and whether they are rivalrous. Understanding these concepts helps us classify goods and see how they function in the economy. First, public goods are neither excludable nor rivalrous. This means you can't easily prevent people from using them, and one person's use doesn't reduce availability for others. Examples include national defense and public parks. Because these goods are hard to charge for, they often require government funding. Private goods, on the other hand, are both excludable and rivalrous. You can stop others from using them, and if one person consumes the good, there's less left for others. Think of things like food and clothing. Once you buy and consume them, others can't use the same item. Club goods are excludable but non-rivalrous within a group. You need permission to access them, but one person's use doesn't diminish availability for others in that group. Subscription TV services and private parks fit here. They restrict access, but multiple people can enjoy them simultaneously without reducing quality. Finally, common resources are non-excludable but rivalrous. People can't easily be prevented from using them, but their consumption by one person reduces what's left for others. Fisheries and public grazing lands are typical examples where overuse can lead to depletion. By looking at these classifications, we gain insight into why some goods require different management or policy approaches. Public goods often need collective funding, while common resources require careful regulation to prevent overuse. Here we have three clear examples of public goods that demonstrate how they benefit society in different ways. First, national defense provides protection for the entire country. This is a service that benefits everyone, no matter how much an individual contributes, because it ensures our collective safety. Next, we see street lighting and flood control. These are essential for maintaining safety and protecting the environment. Importantly, the benefits extend beyond just the direct users. They help the whole community by reducing risks and preventing damage. Finally, public parks and basic research offer recreational and knowledge benefits that improve overall community welfare. They foster innovation and provide spaces for everyone to enjoy, contributing to a healthier, more vibrant society. Together, these examples highlight the diverse ways public goods support and enhance our shared well-being. Here, we're looking at the concept known as the free rider problem. Essentially, public goods are available to everyone, and people can enjoy their benefits without directly paying for them. This creates a tricky situation where individuals have little incentive to contribute because they can benefit anyway. As a result, everyone tends to wait for others to foot the bill, leading to underfunding and fewer resources than the community actually needs. This tension between individual incentives and the collective outcome is at the heart of the free rider problem. Here we explore how governments supply public goods, which are essential services or resources available to everyone. First, taxation is the primary method governments use to raise the necessary funds. By collecting taxes from citizens, governments can finance public goods that benefit the whole community. Next, direct provision means that governments often provide these goods and services themselves to ensure that everyone has access and that equity is maintained. Another approach is contracting, where governments hire private firms to deliver certain public services, but still keep control and oversight to ensure quality and accountability. Finally, public-private partnerships bring together public agencies and private companies to efficiently supply public goods, leveraging the strengths of both sectors. The image here of a fire truck reminds us of public safety services, a key example of these concepts in action. Here we're looking at externalities, which are basically the side effects of people's actions that affect others. First, we have negative externalities. These are costs that one person's actions impose on others, but aren't reflected in market prices. Think of things like pollution or traffic congestion, where the impact is felt by many, but no one is directly paying for those costs. On the flip side, there are positive externalities. These occur when actions like education or innovation benefit others in ways that aren't fully captured in prices. For example, when someone invents a new technology that helps society at large, even if they don't get compensated for all the benefits created. Understanding these externalities is crucial because they highlight the broader impacts of individual or business decisions beyond just immediate costs and benefits. Here we see the concept of negative externalities, which are essentially hidden costs that production or consumption can impose on society without being reflected in market prices. Take the image of this factory emitting thick smoke. While the factory might focus on its own costs, the pollution it produces affects the health of nearby residents and the environment, which are unintended consequences that aren't paid for by the producer. Other examples include traffic congestion, noise pollution, and even secondhand smoke. These are all cases where the private costs don't capture the full social impact, leading to a gap between individual actions and societal well-being. Understanding these hidden costs is crucial for designing policies that help address these external harms. Here we're looking at positive externalities, those benefits that go beyond the individual to help society as a whole. First, education not only enhances personal skills, but also contributes to a more informed and productive community. This collective improvement uplifts everyone. Next, vaccinations protect individuals from diseases, but their impact extends further by reducing the spread within the population, safeguarding public health. Finally, innovation spillovers occur when research and development create new knowledge that others can use, sparking further advancements and benefits beyond the original creator. These examples show how individual actions can generate wider positive effects for society. When we talk about why markets misprice externalities, it's important to understand the difference between private incentives and social outcomes. Private incentives often ignore spillover effects, meaning businesses or individuals don't account for the broader impact of their actions on others. Because of this, the production level for activities that generate negative externalities tends to be too high, like pollution, for example, which leads to inefficiencies. On the other hand, for positive externalities, such as education or vaccinations, private incentives usually respond by producing too little, since the broader social benefits aren't fully captured. This misalignment results in deadweight loss, meaning resources aren't used in the most efficient way economically. However, when we consider social outcomes, spillover effects are taken into account. This leads to an optimal production level that balances costs and benefits, minimizing deadweight loss. Ultimately, aligning production with social costs and benefits closes the gap between private incentives and what's best for society as a whole. This is why correcting for externalities is crucial for promoting economic efficiency and social welfare. Here, we see a range of policy tools designed to address negative externalities, particularly environmental impacts. Starting with Pigouvian taxes, these are imposed to reflect the social costs of harmful activities, encouraging individuals and companies to reduce emissions or environmental damage. Next, emissions fees charge polluters based on the amount of pollutants they release, providing a financial incentive for cleaner production methods. Regulations involve direct rules that limit harmful behaviors or set standards to safeguard the environment. Congestion charges target crowded roads or areas, reducing traffic and pollution by making it more expensive to drive in these zones. Lastly, cap-and-trade systems set emission limits and allow trading of permits, creating a market-based approach that efficiently controls pollution. Each of these tools plays a crucial role in managing environmental impacts and promoting sustainable practices. Here we have a range of policy tools designed to promote positive externalities and support public goods. Starting with subsidies, these provide financial support to reduce costs, making beneficial activities more accessible and encouraging greater participation. Next are vouchers, which act as certificates, giving targeted individuals access to important services like education and healthcare, thus increasing their use. Grants are another essential tool. They allocate funds to research and community projects that generate widespread social benefits. Public provision involves the government directly delivering services, such as schools or clinics, to ensure everyone has access. Mandates are legal requirements that compel certain actions for the public good, like vaccination programs. Finally, information campaigns play a vital role in raising awareness and informing the public about beneficial practices or services available, helping to maximize their impact. Together, these tools create a comprehensive approach to fostering positive societal outcomes. Here we focus on climate change as a classic example of a negative externality. Private carbon emissions carry significant social costs beyond what the emitter directly experiences. These include climate damage, adverse health effects, and long-term environmental risks that impact society as a whole. To address this, economists recommend policy tools like carbon taxes and cap-and-trade programs. These strategies work by internalizing the social costs, effectively making emitters bear the broader impacts of their actions. This alignment encourages more efficient reductions in emissions, helping us move toward a healthier, more sustainable future. The image here illustrates renewable energy solutions, such as wind turbines and solar panels, which play a crucial role in mitigating these external costs. Here, we're looking at vaccination as a clear example of a positive externality. When someone gets vaccinated, it's not just about protecting themselves from disease, it also helps reduce the overall spread within the community. This collective protection is what we call herd immunity, and it benefits everyone, including those who can't be vaccinated for medical reasons. However, individuals might not always take these wider community benefits into account when deciding whether to get vaccinated. That's why public funding or subsidies can be crucial. They help encourage vaccination by addressing the gap between private decisions and social benefits. Essentially, supporting vaccination programs is an investment in the health of the entire population. Let's focus on 3 key points that wrap up our discussion. First, public goods pose a unique challenge because they're difficult to charge for, which often leads to free riding and, as a result, under-provision. This means that without proper mechanisms, these goods might not be supplied at adequate levels. Second, externalities create a disconnect between private incentives and social outcomes. In other words, what benefits an individual or a company doesn't always align with what's best for society as a whole, which can cause inefficiencies. Finally, the role of policy is crucial here. Effective policies align individual incentives with the public interest, helping to improve both the provision of goods and overall outcomes. These 3 points together highlight the complex interplay between public goods, externalities, and policy in achieving social welfare goals.